The final few questions I have are around mentorship. You have a book around mentorship coming out, and I know you'd
Well,
like to
not
keep
come. It's my new book. I'm writing it. I mean, it will come out, but it's not finished. There's no publisher. But yes, that's my new topic.
uh, I'll feel free to be very brief in your answers, depending on how you feel. But what has been in your life the most common source of finding mentors? Is it through like an introduction from a friend, through say cold outreach to someone? Is it through um, an institution of sorts, through conferences? If you reflect on mentors or just whatever comes to mind, where have you found the most useful mentors?
A lot of it is random through people I know. Only small conferences have ever been useful to me, like Liberty Fund conferences have been great for that. But big events with hundreds are worthless. I've never done cold outreach, but in general, I recommend it. I think it's good. I've just circulated a lot, traveled a lot, bumped into a lot of people. There'll be a chapter in the book, like the mentors in my life, and the chapter is growing a bit unwieldy because there's so many of them, and I don't want to not give credit to anyone. Maybe the chapter will be a bit too long, but I do want to cover the important ones. And there's so many, including in the arts, in music, in philosophy, obviously in economics, management, all sorts of things. I'm one of the luckiest people I know for mentors, but I don't think it can be entirely luck. I feel there's something about me that has attracted mentors because it's never been like cold approach sort of thing from me. It's just happened.
Hmm. A segue from this is you mentioned meeting Brian Kaplan when you were quite young.
Well,
And
he was quite young. I was like 30, I'm guessing,
okay, interesting.
maybe a little younger. That's not quite young anymore. It's younger than I am now.
Sure. Do you have a sense of how many people like him you've sort of tracked throughout your life and have been friends with? And maybe you saw they were talented at one point and they're still talented, or have most talented people in your life just popped up at one point and you weren't aware of them when you were, say, in undergrad?
Well, quite a large number, really a large number. And very often they have found me. Brian's a great example of that. Alex Tabarrok would be another. Robin Hanson, many, many. And it's a great blessing to have that because you learn from those people. You also feel you're giving something back to the world. And it's fun. You know, Brian and I will probably have lunch tomorrow and just have a great time joking about whatever. So yeah, it's awesome.
And
People who
most of them
do
just pop
more,
out rather
like it's
than.
friendship, but there's mentoring embedded
Mhm.
forever. It's great.
And to clarify, they weren't people you tracked throughout your life, and most of them were people that spontaneously you sort of came across. And
I met Brian at some Institute for Humane Studies thing. He came up to me. He read something I wrote. He like wrote a rebuttal saying how wrong I was. Uh, and the piece he wrote in response was quite good. So I thought I should stay in touch with this guy, and I just liked him. And he and I still go for lunch together.
in conversation with Dorkesh Patel, you say mentors only teach you a few things, but those things are so important. They give you a glimpse of what can be, and you're oddly blind to that, even if you're very, very smart. The example you give is a mentor that taught you you could read as many books as possible. Um, are there any other, like one or two things of like ways mentors expanded your world?
Well, there's so many examples. So say in the arts, there's a guy I learned a lot from. His name was, well, it still is Joe Levine. Just how well you can understand an artwork was one thing I picked up from him. That's quite an intangible thing, but something clicks and it's like, oh, you can really make progress in this area. It's trivial in a way to describe it, but when you see it in a vivid manner, manifested through an actual human, it has this immense power. Music, like, really anything that I'm at all connected with, like how to understand a basketball game, learned things about that, like from my friend Kevin Greer. You can just go on and on about this.
It You have a fondness of basketball, as I understand it. This is a little
NBA,
segue. And
Yay, not basketball. Big difference here, but yes.
NBA, and you do play basketball to in your free time a little bit,
I
do you
played
not?
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think societally? How do you think of sports as like an institution, and what are like the positive externalities and the negative externalities?
Well, they're fun. I think they bring people together. Uh, Mostly positive. I worry about the current trend with all this sports gambling. I think that's
Hmm.
quite negative.
Yeah,
I don't know how to, I mean, there's always been sports gambling. It seems much worse. I don't know how to get back to where we were, but I would like to do that. Uh, are there like men who just watch football on TV, neglect their families? I'm sure. Like you can't say there aren't these negative sides, but it's mostly voluntary and a great American business sector, and it helps to define cities, and it's great.
I see. What are to get back to um, the final question on mentees? What common mistakes do people make as mentees?
One good way to be a mentee is just to show your potential mentor that you can benefit them too. If you just come to them screaming for help, you scare them away. It doesn't actually sound that appealing to them. So the idea of gains from trade is essential to most human relationships, and it's true with mentors and mentees as well. I think that's the most important point.